Right. 8 June 2025. And today I am very excited to be giving you my morning trending update. That is on a Sunday, one of the most important news days of the week. And today we're looking at what is going to be happening, which is very important. That is Auxilia Mnangagwa is going to be traveling, or was supposed to travel, to the UK. And she was supposed to deliver the keynote speech at the Flare Summit. However, there is a lot that has happened, and the likelihood of Auxilia not attending are very high. This is because Auxilia Mnangagwa and the government of Mnangagwa are implicated in human rights violations in Zimbabwe, including the rigging of elections, incarceration of opponents, and also, as we speak, we've got a lot of people who are in jail for protesting on the 31st of March. And Zimbabweans in the UK are gearing up to protest against the arrival of Auxilia Mnangagwa. If she does arrive, there is a big likelihood that Auxilia is not going to go to the UK. And if she goes, she might not be able to speak at the event. So I'm going to take you through the event and what is going to happen. Let's start with the event schedule. So the way this thing was supposed to happen was that Auxilia was supposed to be the first person or first lady to speak. However, because of the uncertainty around Auxilia Mnangagwa, they have now introduced the first lady of Kenya, Rachel Ruto. So if you look, this event is going to happen on 2 days, on the 16th and on the 17th, and then on the 18th, there is going to be dinners and lunches and all sorts of things that are going to happen over there. And it's going to close on the 17th at 5. Then on the 18th, there's going to be roundtable discussions, and then an awards dinner, which is going to take place later on that evening. That is on the 18th. And you can see the beautiful people here in this event. A lot of people are going to come here. And the actual venue, let me show you the venue. This is the venue here, Leonardo Royal Hotel, London. This is where this is going to happen. What a beautiful venue. But unfortunately, they made the mistake of inviting Auxilia Mnangagwa. So let me take you through what is going to happen. Let's start with the actual event. So I'm going to share with you again the screen. So let's see what is over here. So that is, let's start with the first day. What was supposed to happen? This is going to change because people don't like Auxilia. Auxilia is not supposed to be at such events in such countries. And there is going to be a lot of protests over here. So on the 16th, there is going to be a number of activities. That is at 1500 to 1700 for 2 hours. You're going to see here that there are people from Ghana, mostly business people over here who are going to be speaking. And you can see also that, let me go to another room. So there are 2 rooms. This thing is happening over 2 rooms. Then you're going to see Auxilia Mnangagwa. She was supposed to speak here in the afternoon. That is at 12 on the 16th at the House of Lords, Kolo Mondali and Terrace Launch reception. So she was supposed to speak here. And what they've done is that they have put a keynote for her. This was supposed to happen on the next day. And you can see the First Lady of Kenya has now been placed at 12 here after the networking breakfast or coffee break. So that is at 4A. You're going to see the First Lady of Kenya. And Auxilia was supposed to be over here right at the beginning at 9 a.m. She was supposed to be the keynote speech or the interview, role of women in Africa's development. But they've put here, you can see that the First Lady of Kenya does not have a topic. That is because she's going to take over the topic of Auxilia Mnangagwa if she does not pitch. So this is a backup. They've got a backup for Auxilia Mnangagwa. If she doesn't pitch, the First Lady of Kenya is going to speak. And you know that the First Lady of Kenya has got much more respect than Auxilia. This is Rasho Ruto, a much more respected person. I don't know if Kenya arrests hundreds and hundreds of people like they do in Zimbabwe. Over the past 2 years, Mnangagwa's government has arrested and jailed over 400 political activists, including the leaders of opposition parties, and they've kept them in jail for months without trial. Currently, we've got Pastor Tafumani Masaya, who was killed in Mavuku. Pastor Tafumani Masaya was killed while campaigning for the opposition in the constituency of Scott Sakupanya, a close ally of Mnangagwa and a business partner of the children of Auxilia Mnangagwa. Pastor Tafumani Masaya was killed. His body was dumped and found after 3 days. And the police in Zimbabwe are refusing to investigate the murder of Pastor Tafumani Masaya. So that is crazy. They are witches. These people, they're not supposed to be invited to such conferences. So this is what is happening right now. The replacement of Auxilia Mnangagwa by the First Lady of Kenya. And also you can see that most of the First Ladies have not come. In fact, they're just saying First Ladies to be confirmed. Most people have cancelled their attendance here because they don't want to be associated. Look at this, to be advised, to be advised, to be advised, to be confirmed. Most of the people don't want to be associated with Auxilia Mnangagwa. And this is because of human rights violations. And also the fact that she's on sanctions. The only First Lady in the world who is on sanctions. So the US has put Auxilia Mnangagwa and her husband on sanctions for human rights violations and for the murder of opponents, also for the rigging of elections. So they are the biggest riggers of elections. These people rig elections and they put certain conditions on elections in Zimbabwe, which make it impossible for people to have a free and fair elections. In fact, the last Zimbabwean elections, SADC, the local body of which Mnangagwa is a chairman, has declared the election not free and fair. It does not meet the requirements of a free and fair election. So basically, Mnangagwa is in office by force. Right, now let's quickly go through newspapers. Let's go through newspapers. Mnangagwa, Ariku Raivanu, Nenzara. I want to start with South African newspapers. So today we're going to start with the Independent newspaper of South Africa. Let's quickly go and see what is over there. Mnangagwa aka broker, Auxilia aka broker, Sean aka broker, Kuda aka broker, Emerson Jr. aka broker. Let's see what is next here. So let's start with Ramaphosa's MTN ties fuel Starlink backlash. US envoy Raw raises eyebrows as US firm seeks entry amid BBEE loopholes. So you can go and check it out. Giant Digital Communications Network, MTN, who is chairperson in South Africa special envoy, supports for such Starlink being licensed to operate in the country. However, this is only if one of the world's richest men, Elon Musk's satellite internet service, complies with Black Economic Empowerment regulations. This thing is dead. So they don't want Starlink here. In fact, yesterday, Starlink has shut down all its illegal connections in South Africa. So that's what has happened yesterday. They've been ordered by ICASA and they've shut down all Starlink, which were operating in South Africa illegally, have been shut down. So they are no longer allowed and they are not putting their signal into South Africa anymore. However, Elon Musk has written a letter to all people who have subscribed to Starlink to support his bid to enter South Africa. I've shown you this thing in the past. Elon Musk has asked South Africans to support his entry into South Africa. So this is a big deal. Help bring Starlink to South Africa. I read for you that letter, which was sent to me by Elon Musk. So let's quickly remove the banner of Auxilia Mnangagwa here so that I can show you. So let's remove this one. Okay, let's edit back. Let's edit it back, and then I can show you my letter. So how do I share a letter and thing at the same time? Okay, I want to show you what Elon Musk has done. So stop, share, This is crazy. Like, really. So, help bring Starlink to South Africa. This is a letter that was written to me by Starlink. You can see it here. They are trying to get into South Africa, but the South Africans are not having it. They are trying to stop Elon Musk from getting in. However, MTN is in support only on condition that Elon Musk complies fully with the triple B EE laws of South Africa. I don't like those rules. I've told you in the past. I don't like the triple BEE rules of South Africa. Let's see what else is in this newspaper. It's a very small newspaper. In fact, right now, let's go to a big story that is happening everywhere. And this is to do with the prosecutors, the National Prosecuting Authority of South Africa. The director there has said there is interference in the prosecution of matters. Some prosecutors have been bought and they're working with criminal syndicates. She has been summoned by the Department of Justice, so you can go and check it out in all newspapers today. It is all over there. Let me see if there's any other newspapers that I can look at. Let's look at the Sunday World newspaper. In the Sunday World newspaper, there's a big story. That is Malawian international player Gabadino Mango is failing to pay his bond. So Nedbank is repossessing the house of Gabadino Mango because he's failed to pay 1.2 million in bond. 1.2 million is the cheapest house you can ever get. I don't know why Gabadino is failing to pay such a small amount of money. It's surprising to me that he's failing to pay an amount of 1.2 million. 1.2 million in dollars is like $60,000. And per month, if your bond is 1.2 million, you're most likely paying 10,000 or $500. So I don't understand how Gabadino is failing to pay. Is he into some other things or is he not getting paid? I don't know what's happening with the Malawian international. Very well known, one of the top goal scorers, but currently failing to pay his bond. So Nedbank, if you go into this newspaper here called the Sunday World, you see that Nedbank is going to be repossessing his house. They've gone to court and asked him to make an arrangement, but he has failed. So Malawian national and former Orlando Pirates striker, who now plies his trade with Marumo Gallants, has been served with a summons by Nedbank to pay over 1.2 million or be red-carded from his Joburg home. So he's failing to pay his bond. Things are hard for many, many people. I think what I would do now is let me quickly see if there are any newspapers from Zimbabwe that is published. And if there's none, I'll bring you guys an update when I come later on. These days, I'm coming many, many times a day. So let's look at Sunday Mail, Zimbabwe. Is Sunday Mail of Zimbabwe published? Yes, Sunday Mail of Zimbabwe is published. Let's quickly look at what is in the Sunday Mail of Zimbabwe. So Sunday Mail of Zimbabwe is one of the biggest newspapers in the country, and they publish every Sunday, once 7 days, in every 7 days. So quickly looking here at the headline, there is Mnangagwa, as usual. Agriculture sector in remarkable rebound. Tobacco earnings to surpass 1 billion milestone. Fourth record-breaking season beckons. UK e-passport center to open by year end, and free medical aid center for road accident victims. What else is here? Is there anything about Chuenga? US reviewing tariff proposal to ease trade tariffs. The United States government is reviewing a formal proposal from Zimbabwe seeking to establish a more balanced trade relationship between Harare and Washington by reducing reciprocal tariffs within the two countries. US Ambassador to Zimbabwe, Pamela Tremont, has confirmed. So that is US Ambassador speaking over there. And who is here? What a table. Who designed that table? The Speaker of Parliament, Advocate Jacob Mdenda, hosted a farewell dinner for SADC speakers after attending the SADC PF 57th plenary session in Victoria Falls. So this is what I can see here. Not really many political stories here. Let's see if there's anything on Chuenga. It's very interesting to see if the blackout continues on Chuenga. There is a massive blackout on Chuenga by the Zimbabwe newspapers as they head to a total removal of Chiwenga. So what they're planning to do is to totally remove Chiwenga altogether from government. So within the next short space of time, you are going to see that they want to remove Chiwenga out of the government of Zimbabwe. All right, what is here? What else is here? I'm seeing this man is all over the place. Dr. Shawa, remember I talked about Dr. Shawa is the new CEO of or managing director of NASA. Today, almost everyone has said congratulations to him. Dr. Shawa, come on, he's everywhere. Let's see what else is over here. Nothing of interest. Many adverts. You can go and check out the adverts. And then I'm seeing this story which says, I'm addicted to betting. Kandege Kanetsa. Kwarare. Many people are addicted to betting. You will never win. Don't win. Don't play with your money. Take it and buy food. Right. And then obviously on entertainment, there is something about the Charambas. Now let's go and see if the Sunday News has published. Sunday News of Zimbabwe. Let's see what is over there. So in the Sunday News of Zimbabwe, I want to look at this woman here, Betty Jiri. She is trending because she is currently living in destitution. And I don't know if Wikino knows about it. Wikino, Herobasa. Wikino Herobasa. New government, Yam Mnangagwa. And then former minister attacked in Love Triangle. We've covered this story. This guy was exed after he was found and stabbed several times because he was in love with another guy's wife. So Mr. Gabuza was the Minister of Water Resources Development during the government of national unity. Many medical authorities have since referred him to Bulawayo for the advanced treatment due to the severity of his conditions. So police spokesman saying, we are investigating a case of assault where Mr. Joe Gabuza was attacked by two suspects at a woman's homestead in Tinde. He said, alleged that the former minister gave the woman a lift and ended up sleeping at her house. According to sources, the assailants allegedly attacked Mr. Gabuza with knives, targeting his head in what appeared to be a crime of passion. Mr. Gabuza was being accused of having an extramarital affair with his estranged wife. After the brutal assault, the suspects fled the scenes, leaving Gabuza bleeding profusely. Guys. And this is why you would go to a woman's house. There is no normal man who should sleep at a woman's house. So no matter what Farisa say, guys also, if you want to date a woman, take her to your own place or take her to somewhere else, but don't go to her house because mukadzi anogara ega panosvika machinda akawanda and machinda iwayo vamwe vacho vane vins vanoita zvevins. This is what has happened to the minister Gabuza Joe, terribly beaten up, stabbed with knives and exed because he was found sleeping inside a house. Another guy. The guy claims that his wife was having an affair with this guy. The last time I saw this, guys, it was bad. This guy was in love with somebody's wife, and he went and slept there after a beer drink. And the guy arrived, and it was bad. Like, they beat him up so bad. Angakazvimba. Like, I think and you know the ambulance in Zimbabwe, no, like no, but 2 days. That is what happened here. It took 2 days for him to get to hospital, and unfortunately, Zvakazogumza with his death. That's what happens in Zimbabwe. If you get mvana yako, unotora uenda naye kwako kana kuti pamahotel akachipa usaende kumalodge. Malodge ane mashiti akasviba, anosemesa. So I think that is the story that we have today. Big story of the minister who is currently in hospital in a critical condition after being beaten to a pulp in Matebeleland. So let me see if there's anything else I want to cover. Let's recap. We said Auxilia Mnangagwa is being replaced by the First Lady of Kenya. So the Flare Summit has made a plan B. So the First Lady of Kenya is likely to replace Auxilia Mnangagwa if the protests intensify. So the First Lady of Kenya is Rachel Ruto. She's amazing. She's someone without controversy. She, as you can see here, she was with Auxilia herself about how many weeks ago? Last year, she was in Zimbabwe, and she is probably going to replace Auxilia at the Flare Summit, which is taking place from the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th, which means Auxilia is likely to leave either now, if she's going to go, or totally stay. If she goes, she's going to face massive protests from Zimbabweans. Zimbabweans are waiting for her to arrive. They want to deal with her with the protests, and it's going to be very embarrassing. So likely the First Lady of Kenya, Rachel Ruto, is going to take over and do the keynote. So the keynote was supposed to be done by Auxilia, but now we're likely going to get the First Lady of Kenya. As you are aware, the University of Nairobi, I think, is sponsoring or is one of the sponsors over here. So already there are other events that are taking place in Kenya here. So there's the Flare Expo, which has taken place on the 30th of May. And also, as you can see, I said there are sponsors. So look at the bottom there. There are the sponsors, and the government of Kenya is one of the sponsors here. You can also see that this Women Students Welfare Association is also involved in the sponsorship. And Kenya is really big with this Flare Summit. They like the Flare Summit. But Auxilia Mnangagwa being replaced by the First Lady of Kenya, and she was supposed to speak in the morning. She was supposed to be one of the first speakers after Dr. Yvonne Thompson herself, one of the founders of Flare Summit. Now we are going to see at 9 o'clock, if she doesn't manage to speak, they're going to wait, and then you're going to see the First Lady of Kenya speaking at 12. And that is on the 17th of June. So next week, the 17th of June is on Tuesday. So starting on Monday, Tuesday, that is when this summit is going to take place. But Auxilia Mnangagwa, totally the worst person to invite. You can't invite Auxilia Mnangagwa to anything. A human rights record is shocking, especially the death of Pastor Tafmani Messiah. I cannot get over this thing. So the death of Pastor Tafmani Messiah is the biggest problem in Zimbabwe. And Auxilia is a mother. She can't even say, guys, investigate this. They don't do it. They are full of murder. Roy. Right, I think I've covered everything. Let me now quickly look at something else. Let's see if there's anything else of interest. Let's go to my favorite people. I want to start with President Hakainde Hichilema. What has he said today? So I want to go to President Hakainde Hichilema this morning. Nothing. Let's see over here. Is there anything of interest? Hakainde Hichilema. As you know, there's something big happening in Zambia this week. The death of the former president of Zambia is a big thing. He has not posted, so there's no new post from President Hakainde Hichilema. And as I say, President Hakainde Hichilema going through or into one of the most difficult elections. The upcoming elections in Zambia has divided the country. The country is deeply divided because of the upcoming elections. And I hope that this goes by without any incident. Now, let's look at what is posted. As I said, nothing new. He last posted last night, and there's nothing else on his pages. Let's look at President Dumaboko. President Dumaboko is currently in Las Vegas, and he had an interview yesterday. You can go check it out. I don't know the copyright status, so I won't play this interview. But he had one of the biggest speeches ever. That is President Dumaboko talking about natural diamonds as opposed to synthetic diamonds. So go check out President Dumaboko over there. He's doing a lot in the United States of America. What else did he do? Let's look at this man. He is amazing. House of Botswana, they've launched the House of Botswana. Who is that young lady next to President Dumaboko? Is that the first lady? Is that the first lady of Botswana? Let's see. She is amazing. So let's go next. What else did he do? This is the speech. And she is speaking and is listening. And she is speaking and is listening. That is the president of Botswana doing a great job. And look at those glasses. So one of the best fashion people ever in the world. And then let's look at our favorite people. Minnie, did Minnie post? Minnie, did you post? Let's go into Minnie Baloyi's page. Nothing. So nothing new from Minnie. We else? Sadak. What does Sadak say today? Sadak has the executive secretary, Elias Mahosi, has spoken in Zimbabwe at the Victoria Falls. And you can go and watch it on the Sadak platforms. And then join the virtual 2025 Regional World Accreditation Day commemorated by Sadak. And I don't know when this is the 10th. And this is accreditation, empowering small and medium enterprises. So you can join over here if you're running a small business and get whatever that they are giving. Right, I think I've covered everything. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Let's look at the comments. Did I look at the comments before? Let's see what is over there. Minister, Vakaro was legendary. Yes, Cecilia. If you're a man, don't take yourself into a woman's house. Unoro was siririsa because mvana inenge ichaga kororwa. Saka iwosvika paya especially unemukadzi vanarorwa. Heads off my first lady. It's a time to shine. Mai Mnangagwa musa vhunduka kuhukura kwembwa. Mai Mnangagwa vari kuuraya vanhu nenzara. Mai Mnangagwa vakabroka. Morning Gamakwe. Elon should not force his way into South Africa. It's causing chaos. Where is Chuenga? Haven't you closed that? Why haven't you closed that? Chuenga is no longer nowhere to be found. It's nowhere to be found, Chuenga. The relationship between Chuenga and Mnangagwa is like cat and dog. You will never see those two again together. You will never see them again on the same table. The next thing you're going to see is an announcement by Mnangagwa trying to fire Chuenga. Something big has happened, and I'm going to reveal to you guys very, very soon. And it's bad. Guys, 22 June was supposed to be the day. Exactly 2 weeks from today. There was supposed to be a big thing. It was supposed to happen, and it hasn't happened. However, the two men will never again sit together on the same table. One of them is going to drop. It's not possible for two of them to be together. Amos Jinu, Anzi Uri Chigananda. Yes, Chigananda, Mnangagwa. If you see yourself talking about Gambakwe, you are lost. Who is destroying our country? Who is destroying our roads? Who is making you hungry? Who is making you jobless? Don't focus on the wrong thing. Right, I think I've covered everything. And as you can see, very strong. I was here last night. I'm here again today. Look why. Look why. If you want to know, is this thing called Inve? Look at Inve. Where is Inve? Right. This is Inve. Buy 200 grams packet. Use it for a month. 1 tablespoon in the morning, 1 tablespoon in the evening. And unenge waka simba, you'll be strong all the time. This thing is multi-powerful help. Any problem that you have, it will solve it. That is for men and for women. Women who drink ve, vanochikisa, vanoita semukadzi waFarao. So, if you're a man, 1 liter engine turns into 3 liters, 1 kickstart, and you don't have to crank it. Plus, it will deal with all issues that you have. Look on the left over there, and look on the right for women. It's amazing. Take your Inve, and I can assure you that you will not regret it. And we also ship to the UK, United States, Canada, New Zealand. We've shipped to all these countries. If your packet is finished, make sure that you order before you get half. Look at it. This is a big packet, and it's the only packet which is made in our factory. I've personally checked myself. Don't buy fake Inve. It won't work. And the guys who call me and say, come back, how long does it take to work? After 1 week, you'll be a beast. After 1 week of taking Inve, you'll be a beast. You'll be uncontrollable. Vano chema sevari pamariro. Guys, my minister, let's look at whether Mnangagwa is going to be attending tomorrow. What is happening tomorrow? Where is Mnangagwa attending? Okay. Association of Healthcare Funders of Zimbabwe is only in September. So there's nothing happening this week. However, month end, Mnangagwa is going to be at an airline conference inside of Victoria Falls. So I'm sure that he's going to be over there. But guys, the price of conferences in Zimbabwe is crazy. Early bird, $1,000. I hope it includes accommodation, because that is crazy. And then obviously, let's look at Nelson Chamisa. Nelson Chamisa, President Wemanu, my homeboy, from my village to Chamisa's village. It's a walking distance. And it's amazing. Nothing, no new posts here. Nyokama Bunu, no new post here. Traore says members of the Zimbabwe Reserve Force or War Veterans will be meeting serving generals on the 12th of June, 2025. So Pakaipa, we're going to see members of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, that is my generals, meeting with the war veterans on the 12th. When is the 12th? So the 12th is on Thursday. So we're going to mark this date. I don't know where Traore got this information, but he says here, you can see it. He says, war veterans are going to be meeting serving generals on 12th June. Chiriku Iva, time is now. Chiriku Bira, Mnangagwa is gone. Mnangagwa is gone. Zoro. Mnangagwa Zoro. Let's go to Gambakwe Chigananda, Chimringa, Gandanga, Gurus. Gambakwe Chigananga, yes. Potiphar's wife. Potiphar, you are saying Akama Mbe, Mkadzi Anoita. Se Mkadzi wa Potiphar. I thought it was Pharaoh. This is crazy, guys. My Bible, I haven't read the Bible in a long, long time. So, guys, remember there is Gambakwe no work. Gambakwe no work is the way that we're preparing for a time when 90% of all people won't work. Within the next 4 to 10 years, what is going to happen is most jobs are going to be replaced by AI. What do I mean? If you're an accountant, if you're a doctor, if you are a driver, if you are whatever, there is rapid advancement in technology, which is going to make it impossible for you to work. You won't have a job, and 90% of people won't have a job. So most people will be living on government grants, and life as you know it will stop. People won't have to stay in towns. People won't have to travel to offices every day. It will disrupt life. But there is going to be a new group of rich people. And I want you to be one of those people. So WhatsApp, Gambakwe no work, and we'll update you directly. So I'm not going to be doing this in public. It's going to be direct. Achiblazi Trenyepa, Ichi, Pasi na Auxilia. Pasi na Auxilia Mnangagwa, Arkurava Nenzara, na Mnangagwa. So look at her. Auxilia Mnangagwa. Next week, we're going to see what is going to happen in the UK. But I really like Rachel Ruto. She's amazing. She's going to replace Auxilia Mnangagwa over there because people don't want Auxilia. Auxilia thinks kuti arikuita zvake zvemahombwe zvekuZimbabwe. whatever happened to that outreach where she was doing health? Zango Mira, she was playing pada, so it means she got the money and ran. Auxilia akatora mari, akaroa begi, akaroa pasi. That was it. Pada. So, and also, what happened to Auxilia's cookout? Remember at Bedbridge, she was so angry, she threw out the journalists. After that, there was no more cookout. What happened to that? Auxilia Arukuravanu Nenzara. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you again a little bit later. If there is a function, or if there is an event, or if there's something of interest, you're going to hear it here on Gambakwe, the biggest media channel in Zimbabwe. There is no other. If you don't listen to Gambakwe, apana channel there, waka broker. Waka broker. So Gambakwe is the man, and I'd like to thank all of you guys for watching, and I'll see you again a little bit later. Thank you very much for watching, and a good day to you all. Shiri kumedza go ifanika anakonda taona bazokuda na tiron